It's been said that the deepest human desire is to be both fully known and fully loved at the same time. And we fear that we can have one, but we can't have both. We fear that if we are fully known, we won't be fully loved. If we are fully known, we won't be fully loved because there are things about us that people can't love, won't love. And if we're fully loved, we fear it's because we're not fully known. And so there's this endless search, this quest to be both fully known and fully loved. Well, this psalm spells out in such beautiful detail that we are fully known and we are fully loved by God. He knows us in detail and He loves us in detail. Beginning in verse 1, "O Lord, you have searched me, you have known me, you know when I sit down, you know when I rise up, you discern my thoughts from afar. You know everything there is to know about me, not just my past and my present, but my future. You know the words that are going to come out of my mouth before they come out of my mouth," he says. "You know me in detail. You search out my path and my lying down. You are acquainted with all of my ways. You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me." And then he goes on to say, "Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. I can't contain this idea that you are that good, that you know me in that much detail, that you're that good." The person in this world who knows you the best, I don't know who that is for you, but the person in this world who knows you the best does not know you the way God knows you. And the person in this world who loves you the most does not love you the way God loves you. God knows you. He formed you. He made you. He designed you. He hardwired you specifically. He tailored you for His own purposes. And He loves everything He has made. Everything. J.I. Packer once said, "There is tremendous relief in knowing that God's love for me is utterly realistic, based at every point on prior knowledge of the worst of me. So that no discovery about me can now disillusion God the way I am so often disillusioned about myself." That's what the psalmist is saying. That's exactly what the psalmist is saying. That's what this psalm is about. It's this quote from Packer: "There is tremendous relief in knowing that God's love for me is utterly realistic, based at every point on prior knowledge of the worst of me." In other words, God knew the worst of you before you were born. He knew the worst things you would think, the worst things you would do, the worst things you would fail to do. He knows you in detail. And His love for you is not determined by that stuff, and it's never going to change. It's not as if God will at some point go, "Wait a second, hold on a minute. I feel like I've made a mistake here. I thought you were this, and now that I've discovered you're that, I can't love you anymore." We spend so much time and energy asserting and assuming that there are certain kinds of people God cannot love. But spending any time on that is a fool's errand. God, as you've heard me say 10,000 times, and if I live another 50 years, I'll say it 10,000 more times, but God loves and uses bad and weak people who fail because there aren't any other kinds of people.